I've got a minor headache today, so. We're just gonna do something relaxing. You know what, we're also gonna go ahead and copy this URL. Don't worry, I'm unmuted. I'm unmuted. We're just gonna relax. Hey, it's Kester. Justini, how's it going? Well, what we have here is GIMP. And last time we saved... Hold on. Let me actually pull up this. We're going to go to Documents, BioBreak. This was last saved. It was last modified 2/18 of 2024. It's almost been a full year since I tried working on this. Downloading GIMP now because you have a PC again. Congratulations. That's good. That is very, very good to have. Any idea why your computer decided it wanted to commit to Sudoku? See, I want to finish this piece because it's a lot. Solid state drive decided it didn't want to live anymore. Yeah. Alright, so we already have the rocks. We're good there. We actually have most of our guy. We need his finger pointing, going. Oh, and we also need his mouth. You know what? Let's get the. Let's get this guy up and a running. Oh, that's just the hat. Oh wait, it's right here. Scared Polytopian. I actually was smart for once, and I included. That's cool. I was actually smart about making all of this. Well, we need to give him a mouth. Screaming mouth. Boom. Forgive me, it's literally been a year since I've last done this. So we're just gonna go here, here. And control, fill in the path. How do I really want to give him the expression. Right now it kind of looks like he's going like, bah, 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 bah.
Oh my God! Did you see that thing over there? Oh hey, how's it going?
Nah, that's the wrong kind of mouth. Oh, yeah, you're like 12 hours. I'll have to leave pretty soon because school. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for stopping by, Kester, and just relax. That's close. That is really close for what I'm looking for. He did the thing? Oh man. I feel like I'm now out of the loop. What about... Much better. Look at that. You know that moment when you're like, so... Hey, much better. I think that's perfect right there. Oh, man. All right. So the next thing we're going to be doing is I need a hand pointing. Because if we reveal our doodles again... Look at that. There's our doodles with... Because I need him pointing off in the distance. Going, Captain. Look over there. There's a thing. It is terrifying. Now, fingers are a little bit tricky. Even these artificial ones for Polytopia stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put hand. And then we're going to create another layer inside the hand. And then hand, boom. But if we look at, we're gonna go ahead and hide this. And we'll reveal this one. Because those are the hands I managed to do last time. I'm actually really proud with how these hands had come out. And I kind of want to do something similar to that again. Boom. Let's figure out how you do things on this thingamajig. So, I really don't want to move around GIMP too much, but I have it unlocked. Like, if I move this here, can I control Z? Okay, we can. So, right up here. Darn it, that's not what I meant to do. Well, we'll move this back. So I'm holding the middle mouse button in order to move this around. It's not the best way, because notice sometimes I'd have to fight it. But you can use the middle mouse button to drag. And then you also have all these things up here. Right now I'm going to be using this tool right here, the Paths tool, in order to create these shapes. But if I click here, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't complete it unless I hold the control key, which gives us whatever shape I'm wanting. And then I can actually like, oops, I can click and then move this around and actually fix that. And we're going to be using this Paths tool, boom, in order to accomplish what we'd like. Now in this case, I'm going to deselect the Paths tool by, here, we're going to go back over here again. So we're going to be using our movement tool, which will allow me to click and move things, which is also how I could go, so, just like that. It allows me to move over a layer. Now, what's a layer? I'm glad you asked. All right, so a layer is going to be your best friend when it comes to all this art stuff. Look at that. We're just going to be watching it over here. I have a few layers. I don't think there's anything on here that tells me how many layers I got, but trust me when I say we have a lot. Because I have them organized. Like, for instance, there's this one for this piece of art. And I kind of have it all in one, which is really a bad practice. Because I even have this one, which was done differently. But by splitting everything up, like even notice with our hat right over here, I did a bad job at labeling oh wait, no, I did a pretty good job. Skull, 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 skull. So like notice if I really need to boom, 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 we actually can show, hide, or even modify the skull if needed be. Like I can move that if I really need to. So it is possible for us to make modifications to one specific thing as long as we properly utilize layers. And that's really just art 101 when it comes to digital art. Layers are going to be your best friend. So spam them. Literally use a layer for like one thing at a time. So that way if you need to fix or change something, you can modify that one thing. Boom. All right, so what are we going to be working on next? We need that hand. What I can do is we're actually going to go reveal this one because instead of reinventing the wheel, all right, and now we're unmuted again. Fantastic. I can find, let's see, so that's for the fish. So this is the layer for fish. Boop, boop. Look at that, fish. Fish! The landscape. There he is, right over here, the Tolby character. Oh, the hands are multiple layers, but they're not grouped. I did not group these together. The other issue is that since I haven't practiced the art in a while, it's going to be harder for me to pick it up right where I left off. All right, but we're going to... That's also the reason why I made these doodles. Is so that way it's a lot easier for us to pick up where we left off. All right, hand. Pointing hand. All right, we need to select this layer. And we are, well, you can't see it, but I have clicking this, which brings us up a pop-up for the change foreground color. I'm actually going to grab this eyedropper and select this, and notice right over here, our colors change to the same skin that our Polytopian has, which is important. Boom. I normally have 100 plus layers when you draw. Having many layers are nice, but sometimes it can also slow you down because they're consistently trying to find the right layer. That's also why you got to organize it properly. Apparently I did a pretty good job in organizing it in some cases. So like anything that's grouped together, like the hand, I want them all in a specific group. And as long as you also do a good job at labeling everything, it should all make sense. All right. We're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna start off by tracing this, and we will fix it later, but I really just want a first go, and then once we have that selected, we're gonna click fill path, and fill it, and it's gonna fill it up with the active foreground color. Alright. We're gonna try that again. That was ugly. Alright, I'm wanting it to kind of be... Because the Polytopian, he's pointing kind of that away. Do I want my hand facing like that? Here, let me... hands are hard. Do I want it like that? Or do I want it like that? The issue... So if he's like that, then his body's actually turned and looking up over the corner. I kind of just want that. Okay. Art is hard. Boom. Back to the main thing. Now... Boom. It's only like 2 or 1. Because we're still trying to go as blocky as possible. Boom. Boom. Alright, let's try this. Fill in the path. Hide that doodle. That is a lot better. That is indeed a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Now, we get to do the fun part. Shading. How do I make the path form a shape? It disappears after I click the first line. Alright, so. Paths tool. You're going to click, 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 click. Every single time you click, it should create a new point. That is how it works. Holding the control key will allow you to complete it. So that is how the paths tool should work, assuming you have the correct tool selected. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty, new layer. Hand. We're just gonna label it as hand because I am lazy. Eyedropper tool. Boom. And we're gonna do it yet again. This time we're gonna zoom in. Enhance. Boom. Boom. Boom, 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 and boom. Fill in the path. Another one for the hand. Boom. There's probably a better way to do this, but this is the way that I find works best for me. Fill in the path. Yo, pirate art. Yep, we're working on it. This art I stopped working on almost a literal full year ago, so I need to finish it. And the new one, boom. Yeah, it must have misclicked. Yep, usually it's going to be user error, but we'll see. Boom, 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 boom. Fill in the path. The battle may yet be won. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to take this erasure and get rid of the bits that are clearly going to just bleed through. Like so. So that way, it's correct. We're also going to go ahead, select this layer. Why is nothing erasing? Hardness. But why? Good enough. Alright, well, we're not going to touch that anymore. Like, look at that. We now have a ragu guy. Oops. Boom. Is pointing off into the distance. I should probably include a thumb. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Good enough for me. But look at that. He is now clearly looking at somebody, where we're going to add the character that I basically use for representing myself in Polytopia. And pointing at a village. Oh, man, I even told myself I was going to create a little guy there. It's going to take forever. I was going to create 3 little guys. What was I thinking? What the heck am I thinking? Oh, why did I do this to myself? Why would I do this to me? Okay. Well, what we now need to do is Polytopia Ragu. Remember, you can always decide not to. But then that'd be admitting defeat. You're free to make your life not as miserable. Well, you see, unfortunately, that means I'd be admitting defeat. Village. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start working on this village. Okay, right. We're going to go ahead and add village. We're going to add another group inside of it, and then hut. And then we're going to add a layer. Hut. Now to make the background a gradient. Oh, that is going to be... There's actually a special tool just for that. Where is it? There's a gradient tool. There literally is a tool for the gradient. Yep, right over here. So bucket fill, right all the way over here. I'm just going to click that. Well, click and hold, and then you're going to go to gradients. then it'll bring up your gradient tool, because that's what we did for the background over here. But I'm going to put that back on the bucket. All right. So for the huts, again, we're going to zoom in, probably 200%, 400%, because we want the hut pretty much right here, right? Yeah, the center of the huts need to be here. So our first one, we'll have like 1, we'll have 2, and we'll have 3. I'm going to just make 1 and copy and paste it. There's no reason for us to reinvent the wheel every single time. We go to add it. Because while I am a masochist, I am also going to be quite understanding of my time. Because this project, apparently I wanted to delay for a year. So let's try to get it finished. First things first, we need to grab the hut base color. Like so. Boom. All right. Right. Shape time. And this is going to be an octagon. So. Like so. It's a little bit too big. Let's make it a tiny bit smaller. This needs to be a little bit wider for perspective's sake. This needs to be a little shorter. Right there. This needs to be... No. This needs to be directly above, like so. This needs to be directly above, like so. Up. Do you have any other arts? I do. I've made a few for my streams. They're all kind of in here. So we got this one, which I made when the Oceans update originally came out for the original crops, the new bridge, the lighthouse, starfish, rafts, and the marketplace, as well as the new style for the ports. Well, sort of. It's not the new style, actually. This is what the original bridge was going to look like. But then they modified it to this. So I actually had to change it when I was almost done. Forgotten would be fun to make art for, I bet. Yeah, probably. And then I also created this with BioBreak, which included, at the time, all of the Polytopian foods, because I do need to take a lunch break. So this one's just to be quite happy. And then last but not least, this is the first one I did, where, I mean, for you guys that are all very specific with Polytopia, it's going to make you scream, because we have IMO ground with a Shinshi tree and a Imperious mountain in the background. Are you an Omaji main? Not necessarily. Fruit bowl is cool, yeah. How's it going, Leon? I saw your game against Justini. But I need to get back to finishing this art. There we go. Fill in the path. Actually, we're going to do Control Z on that fill in the path. Actually, grab this. Grab this color. Boom. Fill in the path. You got cooked? I didn't get to see the entire game, so I will be watching it again later. I watched like a third of it, and then I had to take care of something. Well, that game helped me learn how to beat my friend who's always plays Shinshi, right? I've only seen you in the Polytopia free-for-all as Omaji and these Omaji wolf skins, right? I mean, I do love the Condor skins. As a note, it is supposed to be a mask. I don't care. Like, I'd specifically make the character go, nah, it's not a mask. But whatever. Alright, so this is the base of the hut. We're going to go ahead and add a roof. But I also do try to mention that Omaji is better than a lot of people think. Now, they're not going to be the best tribe in the game, but they expand the quickest. They have a very consistent early game. It's just the moment they start invading in other people's territory, they may have some issues. But they've got a very consistent research tree, which is organization, farming, roads, and most of those texts are already grouped together. It's not like Shinshi where you have to go mining, smithing, hunting forestry just so that we could chop trees and get them out of there, and then roads. And Shinshi has like one of the best potential economies because of how many mines they've got. Yeah, I can never get through Shinshi's mountains and forests as Omaji. Yeah, it can be tricky because Omaji spends quite a bit on their military, so that's the downside. But they're good. Like they're really good. Right. We are gonna add our roof. About this tall. Boom. And then again, it is going to be an octagon. Boom. Boom. Maybe not that far. That looks right. Fill in the path. Look at that. Apparently Omaji has just as good, if not better, economy according to the video. Omaji has very good economy. It's just they spend a lot of it on riders. Now, if they don't have to, they could have an insanely strong economy because just farming. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you could also just rush construction. If you want to go an economic Omaji, you more than often can and rush out a lot of giants. No, Omaji is fantastic. And the other best thing is Omaji is a natural counter to Saimanti, which a lot of people complain about. Which is, again, makes me wonder, why are more people not playing Omaji? I have the background in progress. I'll need to learn perspective. Renaissance. Did somebody say Omaji? Welcome back, Justini. All right. We are going to bop. More stuff with the hut. This here to this here. I'm gonna zoom in even further. We're gonna drag this layer below the roof. We're gonna grab that color directly off of the hut. Fill in the path. Boom. Next, we're gonna get another one. There. To here. To here. To here. Because we might as well get this done all in one grand stroke. Boom. Boom. Here. Then we can go all the way to here. And close the path. Boom. Kiku's the best. Stats say otherwise. If you want to fix that, Chilito, you should be filling in more games for P-Tech. Because right now, almost consistently, Omaji... I mean, well, okay, so we're going to take a quick P-Tech break. Right over to here. But very consistently... Oops. Where'd the mouse go? There it is. Alrighty. Welcome back to P-Tech. For those who also don't know, I'm the lead developer for P-Tech. Right now it is only using Google Sheets. I'm looking into probably going to be reteaching myself how to use React, which is a web-based interactive application, to turn this into an actual website people can easily access. But the issue is that costs money, because then I would have to get a domain name and all that, yada yada. So I really want to talk to Nijiwan and see if I can work something out. But anywho, that is besides the point. We currently have a grand total of 378 games worth of data. We're nearly at 400 games. Overall, your best tribe, based on P-Tech information, is Yadak. Now, unfortunately, I think we all know that that's kind of not going to be the real case, but it's really because nobody's playing as Yadak and then losing, and then inputting the games, because everyone's playing a whole bunch of other different tribes. So, based off of this biased data and information, Yadak is actually the GOAT. Luxador's lowest win rate. While it is probably in a similar boat of not a lot of people have put in information, Luxador probably is correctly in its location. Most popular tribe is currently Polaris, because one of our main people, Justini Linguini, putting in the game information, has put in only 500 million games of Polaris. In fact, if we go to tribe play count, yeah, Polaris is currently at 58. With Simanti shortly behind at 56. But if you end up playing a lot of Waterworld or Archipelago, you're going to run into a lot of Polaris anyways. If you play Polaris on other maps such as Drylands or Lakes or even Pangea, you'll be able to see that their stats will decrease and they'll no longer be as aggressive. I had a game against Polaris earlier today that destroyed me. Ooh. And the least played tribe is Quetzali, which makes me sad because I'm technically a Quetzali main, but I haven't really played Quetzali in a long time. But when I was playing Polytopia competitively as part of Reapers, I was always insistent in playing Quetzali, and they, for the most part, went okay. It was about a 50% win-loss ratio. Your paths tool is curving. You don't want that. It's because you're clicking and dragging. You don't want to click and drag. You just want to click. Tribe cards. This is some of the interesting information. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on this page. Pop, pop, pop. One more. Shinshi. They are not an expansive tribe. They've got an okay-ish economy, but they have the best Giants potential. So if you want to rush out Giants, you should be going Shinshi. They are not very aggressive. They don't like to spam out a lot of units, and overall, they're okay. Imperious. You see them a lot online in almost all map types. They are not super expansive. Their economy is above average. They've got okay-ish giant potential. They're moderately aggressive because it's easy for them to spam out a whole bunch of riders. And overall, they are actually a little above average as well. Barter used to be the king of Polytopia, and unfortunately, they had to take a chill pill. Their expansion is the same as Imperious's, of a little below average. Their economy is, oddly enough, pretty much average. Or in this case, probably a little above average. Giant potential is almost not there, and they're average when it comes to aggression. Overall, right now, Barter is currently one of the worst tribes, based on P-Tech data. Omaji, the tribe that we keep talking about. They are the most expansive tribe. If you want a tribe that's going to expand the fastest, it's going to be Omaji. Their economy is also excellent. They have a really strong economy and can build up a lot of stars per turn, probably due to how quickly they can expand. And if they focus on an economy after they rapidly expand, yeah, they're going to be able to run away with the game. Giants, they have pretty good giant potential, about average. And they are the most aggressive tribe in the game. Again, it's because of how quickly they spam out riders. Overall, they are average, which is interesting. You'd think that with such skewed stats like this, that they would be a lot stronger. That is not the case. Until we get a lot more P-Tech information and have it to where we got about 1,000 games worth of data, then every bit of information may balance out. But we also need a more diverse amount of games, because Cymanti taking up literally a sixth of the games and Polaris taking up a sixth of the games, those are the only tribes that are probably closer to accurate. Kiku, the least expansive tribe in the game. They are deathly slow. Their economy is actually about average, or in this case, a lot of tribes are going to be below average, so Kiku's economy is pretty good. They've got decent, well, they've got really bad Giants potential, but they could be pretty aggressive. That is because of how quickly they could jump onto the water and start getting things such as scouts. Overall, right now, they are much below average. They are sadly not the worst, but they're currently labeled as one of the worst tribes in the game. Hudrik definitely has a lot of skewed tribe information. They are not very expansive. They've got a pretty bad economy, but they have good Giants potential. They are moderately aggressive because they have the ability to spam out warriors and protected with forests, along with archers to back them up. That actually makes them a pretty potent threat and can defend their borders early on. And overall, they're actually pretty good. Luxador, the worst tribe in the game based on our current information. They are moderately expansive. You would think they'd be a lot more because of how quickly they could just spam out 3 warriors. But their economy, it's all right. Oddly enough, they are not able to keep up with like Imperius and Barter, but they've got a decent economy. Giants potential is also mediocre, about average. Aggressive level is again about average, but unfortunately, they can't make the cut. Venger. Is anybody surprised? Venger. They have terrible expansion potential. They have the worst economy in the game, and they have terrible Giants potential. Aggression level, you would think it'd be a lot higher. We even made a change on calculating aggression to try to help buff Venger's numbers. But unfortunately, it buffed it up a little bit. So if these guys get spammed a lot on the tiny maps and their games get it put in, this data will probably fix itself. But overall, yeah, they're not so great, but they're better than Luxador. Zabazi, another fantastic tribe. And oddly enough, all these tribes that are really, really good typically focus on farming. I don't know if that notices anything or not. Zabazi, their expansive potential is about average, which in this case, as you'll notice, is actually really good. Economy, Zabazi is the tribe with the strongest economy. They're able to run away with an economy very early on by either rushing construction with a very lucky spawn or picking up roads and then just running away with the game right there. Just fixed a misinput game in the Google Forms. Now there's even more Polaris data. They've got mediocre giant potential, but they have a tendency to be very aggressive. That's because, especially in my games, the way I like to open up with Zabazi is turn to riders, because they have the economy to support it. And overall, Zabazi is really, really good. One of the current best tribes in the game. Aibo, the peaceful tribe. They are moderately expansive. Their economy is mediocre, not so great giant potential. Their aggressive level is low, which is, in this case, like, currently only Shinshi's aggressive level that we've gone over is worse, so it makes sense that Aimo's not very aggressive, but overall, they're pretty good based on the data we have. Quetzali, my favorite tribe. Their expansion potential is mediocre, but their economy is actually pretty good. It pretty much rivals Imperius's and Barter's. Reason being is they've got the same terrain generation for the most part as Barter. It's just they don't start off with hunting. So once we actually get more good Barter games, I'm sure that the numbers will fix. Where are we at? Giant potential is not so great because not only did I mention that, sure, they have a good economy, but it's really, really hard for them to secure said economy, and then they have to focus on other things instead of getting those giants out because they need a few too many extra techs. Aggression level is also mediocre, and overall, right now, Quetzal's really good. But again, if other people start playing games besides only using like the top 3, then we could probably get some better information. Because right now, all the other tribes that you don't really see play, they have a lot of wins. Yadak, the current best tribe in the game, because they don't really have any losses. Their expansion potential is mediocre, which is saddening. You would think with roads, they'd be able to expand a lot faster. Their economy is also mediocre. The Path of the Ocean really hurt Yadak a lot. Giant potential is actually pretty decent. Because of the roads, they're able to rush out 8 giants, which gives them a second giant pretty quickly. Aggression level is also mediocre, but overall, they're really, really good. It's because roads are too expensive for them. It is because the roads are too expensive, which that's okay. I think it's fine. Because they were really, really strong, but other tribes were able to run away because of the roads. So Yadak's, honestly, I think Yadak just needs terrain generation love. Aquarion has a lot of games, so this is actually pretty dang accurate. Their expansion potential is it's mediocre. Their economy is about average. Giant potential is below mediocre. They are not very aggressive, about the same aggression level as IMO. And overall, they're pretty good. That's probably because a lot of these games are going to be on Waterworld or what's the other map I don't play? Archipelago. And Aquarion actually does really, really well on those. Well, actually, Aquarion's really, really good right now, kind of just in general, except on dry lands, which makes sense. Illyrian. These stats actually do surprise me. So Illyrian doesn't really have a lot of wins, but besides that, their stats are still amazing. They are very aggressive, which we understand because of the Polytopia pushes. Their economy is also, if it wasn't for Zabazi, they have the second best economy in the game. Oh, and Omaji. Their giant potential is actually below mediocre, which surprises me. I'm surprised how many giants they're able to get, because I can almost never. And they are very aggressive, again, because of how many units they're able to spam out on turn 1 or 0. If you're on a swing and you get hit by a bus, do you stay on the swing? What? Alex? If you're on a swing and you get hit by a bus, do you stay on the swing? It depends on if we're going for realism or comic effect. Because if you're going for comic effect, you know that swing is just going to start spinning. Apollo! How's it going? All right, Polaris. Polaris is a tribe that is... This is probably pretty accurate information, as they've almost got 60 games worth of information. They are not very expansive. They don't expand quickly. Their economy is below mediocre, and their giant potential is not so great. But they are considered one of the most aggressive tribes in the game. Being able to freeze enemies and Moonies cost a lot. Honestly, it's probably an overspending on Moonies, which is causing this aggression level to be so high. Overall, they are about average. Planet Football. We playing a game today? No, we're going to be doing just art. We just got distracted by P-Tech. And last but not least, everybody's most favorite tribe in the game, Cymanti. They are, oddly enough, not very expansive. You would think that a Cymanti would be more expansive because of how quickly they're able to rush out thanks to all the boosts. But it's because of that turn 0 fungi play that typically slows Cymanti's expansive game down a lot. Economy. Well, that and a lot of people typically save in order to spam out a lot of hexapods. And in realism, there's paints everywhere. That's true. Economy. They've got average economy, which based on the data, I find that hard to believe. It's probably because of a lot of games are going to be played on the smaller maps where their economy is naturally going to be slower. So if we get an equal amount of games for all tribes on each map type, then all this information would be more balanced. Their giant potential, this is definitely wrong. We know Cymanti is known for just rushing out centipedes consistently over multiple turns, really, really quickly. No, you can't delete that. Aggression. They are very aggressive. That part we do know. They're one of the most aggressive tribes in the game because of what they can do. But overall, they are mediocre. But that's because a lot of the people that input our games, we know how to play against Saimanti, and we can typically play against them. So there you go, Omaji. Now that you've seen all the balances in stars, Omaji right here this is telling us Omaji is insanely busted. Kiku is the best. I need you to input games in order to fix that, man. You gotta put in game data. I know it's tedious. It can take about 15 minutes, but there is a forum that, if you go through the game and input all the information into the form, barter is best. Yeah, we need more barter games into the system to fix that, because yeah, we definitely could use that. But yeah, Omaji is looking insanely strong right now. But once we have a lot more games, because right now we are currently at tribe play count right over here. Omaji currently has 32 games, which is actually a lot. So that's probably telling us that the Omaji information is accurate. Oddly enough, barter, 19 games. That probably means we're getting close to being accurate. The main tribe that doesn't have enough games is going to be like Quetzali. But part of it is also going to be, what game types are we talking about? So there are some people, I don't know, give me a map type and size. So just chat, give me a map type and size that you want to see, not Waterworld. Tiny Waterworld. There are currently 14 games of Tiny Waterworld. There are no massive games in the system right now. Nobody wants to do that, and that's for good reason. Archipelago Large. Let's see if we got any of those. We have one game. We have one game of information, which is telling us that it's Polaris versus Imperius. Oh, also, I have a thing that shows the average tech tree, by the way. So if you are really curious as to, hey, how the heck do you play as tribes Saimanti on a small lakes, and I only want to care about the games that win, the average tech tree looks like this. You've got apparently construction, but this is 2 games worth of data. But let's just say, instead of one specific thing, what is Saimanti's actual average tech tree? It's going to look something like this. More than likely, you have writing, and then, like, even hunting is not guaranteed. Climbing's definitely not guaranteed. But it's going to look something similar to that. The stars vanish. Yeah, the stars vanish because right now the only tribe that is in the system is going to be Saimanti. Like, even notice, since I only have Saimanti available, they got 100% win rate, but we have nothing to compare it to. That is the thing I will be fixing down the road. But if we go back to all... In fact, let's look at Omaji. Tech tree. Boom. More than likely, always has organization, roads, farming. That's it. Those are really all the techs you need for Omaji in order to absolutely decimate your opponents. You can get more, but this is basically all you need. It's 4 techs. So this is able to help give you a guide about like what techs you should or should not be getting if you're really curious about how to play a specific tribe. And by the way, that's the tech tree for turn 10. If you really are like, okay, well, what about turn 15? You can see that. Oh, you want to see all the way until turn 48 to see all the techs acquired? Sure, there you go. But for the most part, it's the exact same. Writing, organization, roads, farming. That's it. But more importantly, your build order by turn 10 should be looking something similar to this. Of definitely this, and then either roads or farming, depending on your game, as those are both less than 50%. And that's what we're looking at. So that way, you can also use this to help develop guides. There you go. So if I go ahead and put it back to all, and if we're showing only wins, we can still go back to tribe cards, but oddly enough, you know, the overall's not going to work because we're only showing the wins, but you'll be able to see Symanti. Like, Omaji is still the king of expansion, barter, yada yada, so on and so forth. Turn off show only wins, and then we get back to those other stats we were looking at earlier, and then boom, you can see those updates live. And then you actually get to see, like, how everybody does overall. Venger? Yeah, poor Venger. Here, let's go back to tribe cards. Where's Venger? Yeah. There you go. There's Venger. Win. They actually have wins. They are moderately expansive. Still no economy. Terrible giant potential. Moderately aggressive. There you go. Oh, and this is actually all the stats just for Justini. I also have it where you can select a specific player. So notice, Justini has put in 145 games, the dedication of this mad lad. So this is Justini's stats for all of the tribes. And they're all pretty above average, except for Luxdor, for Venger, for Kiku. Even Shinshi's kind of mediocre. Yadek is not super great. But, like, you can see Justini's. I haven't added any. And you can even see what tribes he has or hasn't played at. So his least played tribe... Actually, we could just go here. Least played tribe is currently Imperius. Right over there on the front screen. Most popular for him is going to be Aquarion. Highest win rates with Symanti, lowest win rates with Venger. So yeah, this is something that I probably want to turn into a web-based application so everybody can access this without interfering with everyone else. But yeah, that is P-Tech. I spent way too long on that, but I love my baby. All right, back to the actual thing that we're here for, and that is... Boom. Right, we're working on this. All right, let's go ahead and add this here shader. We must fill in the path. And this is actually taking it directly based off of the game files. And I'm just using the actual colors that is used in the game. So if we go ahead and switch back to that smaller view, yeah, that's looking all right. Boom. Where are we? I'm pretty certain I know where we're at. Boom. No. No. Alright, another hut. Lumber hut. Grab this. Boom. We must fill in the path. You haven't had any, you'll catch up. Right? Notice, this isn't all done in one day. Justini's been adding, like, a game, like, a couple games a day. It is a lot, but notice all the beautiful data we have because of how much he's been adding into the system. That we're able to say with confidence, like, what tribes are actually able to do what. Alright. We're gonna have to do, I was hoping to do it in one go, but we're gonna have to do this in 2 goes, which is fine. Fill in the path. And then we can click and drag to move these. Fill in the path. Boom. We now have our huts. Can I move the entire thing? I can't. But why? There we go. If we lock it all together, we can. Beautiful. Whee! Ah! Much better. I ain't gonna lie, that hut looks kind of ugly. But it's literally pulled off of, well, the game. Create a duplicate. Beautiful. Hut's copy. Boom. I should probably make this hut slightly smaller. I should. Darn it. We gotta make it a little bit smaller. Boom. Perfect. Gotta create another duplicate. Let's copy number 2. Link all these together. Move it over. And we also need to scale it down just a little bit. Scale. And then bop, 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 bop. Perfect. And that is how you cheat and get away with it. Whenever it comes to Control Shift and, well, let's go ahead. We also need to save. I have been breaking the golden rule. Every single thing you do, you always save. Why do you got this annoying box? But why? Why are you doing this to me? Village. Alright. There is one more thing that we have to include for our village. What is this for? I display this art whenever I take a break. So really it's for my live streams. But also if people just, want to see the art, there you go. It's art. What is all arts for? But for people to enjoy. I had a game about a year ago that was amazing. And then I was going to make the art for it, and then turn it into a video, and then I didn't. And then I had an amazing game on my last live stream, and I went, oh, I definitely need to do that. And, yeah, and then I remembered I didn't finish this one ever. So, we're going to try to finish this up. My gosh, it's already been an hour. All right. We're going to go ahead and create a new folder. It's going to be log. We're going to zoom way the heck in. Right over here. It looks nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, the logs are going to be simple because they're literally just rectangular little things. So again, we're going to be using our pathing tool. Got to create log. All right, we are gonna grab the color for this log. I need to click and zoom in on this. Boom. There we go. This is much better. Actually, we're gonna grab this color instead. Alright, we're gonna fill in the path. Fill. Beautiful. Log. Fill. Fill. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab this. Boom. Fill. Alright, we're gonna make another log. Folder. Log 2. We're logging it. Inside of log 2, we need to add a new layer named log. And I'm gonna have this one kind of facing this way, like so. I didn't draw this out, but I didn't draw any of it. I just said I wanted to have the village here. So like so. We're going to go ahead and use this color, fill in the path. Oh, nope, cancel. We need to deselect that. We're going to try again. Boom. Fill in the path. Like so. We also got to bring this down just a wee little bit. We're going to have to change this color to this one. Add ourselves another layer. Fill in the path. Fill. And then one more log layer. I need this a little further down. Less green, please. Needs to be visible. Fill in the path. Beautiful. And then one more log layer. Fill in the path. Cancel. We're gonna grab the edge of the log color. Boom. And with that, those are our logs. That should do it for the little village. Yeah, look at that. Looks nice. I'm happy with that. All right. Got it. So... what's going to be next? If you go to the doodles, what is this supposed to be? What is this on the doodle supposed to be? You know what I also need to do on the Scared Polytopian? We need to... we're just going to go ahead and... shock. Boom. Put it right over here. Probably not 400%. It's just 200. It's fine. Go here, here, there, there, and close up. Boom. Grab that color, fill in the path. I could also make the pupils even smaller. But, yeah, I think the eyes actually need to... We can make them angry, too. Expressions. Really sad. No. I think we have the other eyes for the Polytopians. It'll be fine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move away from that. All right. See, the only thing I gonna complain about right now is the Ragu buildings are so detailed. I mean, I got other potential solutions. We don't have to show the entire Ragu building, but I think the next thing I should work on is add a Ragu building. Look at that. All right, so we're going to add a building here. Going to go to 200%, I guess. In here, we need a new folder. Ragu. Ragu building. Building. Okay. How do we want to do this? Ain't gonna lie, I probably want to go for the easiest solution. So I think I'm gonna go with... Honestly, I kind of prefer the look of this one. And I don't want... I mean, I can easily just do this. I could just download, boom, and then click and drag. That's almost the exact size. But the perspective is wrong. The perspective is wrong. But I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and use this one. We just want to flatten it. You know, just something like this. I have to take this call. My sincerest apologies. Yeah, I got a call from work basically asking, is everybody gone in your service center? Lovely. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and enter in this building. We're just gonna save this scale. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the doodles. So it will look... Yeah, that'll look pretty nice. But we're gonna trace it because all we did was squish it and the perspective's kind of just wrong. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have gotten to water. Tell you what, we're gonna be right back. There. So we'll be right back. If you guys need to, don't forget to stretch. Get yourself some water. Remember to hydrate. Don't dehydrate. Yeah. We'll be back.
I'm gonna mute this so that way noises can be made.
We are back. And then immediately my phone made a noise. Hopefully it's not important. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start tracing. Sort of. More or less. Because also notice, I mean, what I could do, I could also say it's just fine. This would save me a lot of trouble. Nah, I'd rather say that the art's actually mine. So, we're kind of going to trace, because we do need to fix a couple things, mostly the angular perspective. How do you apply perspective so well? It's, just, I see shapes. Like, me mentally, I see shapes. If I look at the wall, and I see the 45-degree angle, I see lines starting to go from the diagonals and all that. That honestly says that I probably need help. No. But, like, it kind of have, like, Pong play out in my head in a way whenever in the walls, and I'm always seeing triangles, I'm always seeing stuff. And I've been doing that even before, like, computers. So for me, I'm able to see a lot of, like, straight lines. And that's why whenever stuff has to be curved, like, due to gravity, my brain doesn't do well with that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in over here. Wow, the music's quiet. Oh. That one is a quiet one. It's not natural, though, right? Alrighty. Oops. Boom. Because I do want it to essentially be like here down to here. We must fill in the path. Boom. Another building. Grab this color. Fill in the path. Boom. Next, we're going to go ahead and add that roof. Dang it. Alrighty, I gotta fix this. Nope. Incorrect. Fill in the path. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go a lot higher. Nah, that's fine. Fill in the path. Just fill in the path. All right, roof. Boom. Now to there, to there, to there. And I want this slant to be about the same as this slant, which is about there. This line needs to be straight up and down. And it's same kind of thing over here. And then this one needs to be about the same length as this, which it's currently not. There we go, that's a lot better. And we will start with grabbing, boom, this color. Fill, boom, fill in, darn it. Fill in the path. All right, so now if we hide this, it's looking a lot better, sort of. Not really. All right. But the last question is, yeah, that's going to be correct. I just need to finish drawing it. There. We're gonna need logs. Log. Because if we look here, the building does have these logs here on the top as well as here on the bottom. I need to take my socks off. That's actually starting to hurt. Practice makes perfect. I'll get perspective eventually. Yeah. I mean, just, you gotta do art. I used to do art so much. I loved doing art, and then college killed it out of me. But that's why I try to go, I do art for fun. And at my own pace. I like art, I want to do art, but I can't do art. You can if you work on it hard enough. That art is just a thing you have to work a lot on in order to get. It's not going to... There are some people that art does come naturally, but like everybody can do art. You just have to put in a lot of time. And it's sort of like Polytopia, where if it doesn't go well, you got to ask yourself why. And then also at the end of the day, just remember that even if it's not perfect, that's fine. You are at least. A little further out, come on. All right, we're gonna fill in this entire path. Boom. Forgot if there's a way. Oh, I think I could click delete. Backspace. Aha! I could select it and click backspace to get rid of it, which is what I want. There's also different kinds of art out there, and you should just find whichever one you enjoy self-expressing the most with, and then just focus on that. We're gonna grab this log color, fill in the path. Nope, it's all wrong. Problem I did here is I made this too flat. These I need to have straight up and down, but this needs to be less flat. Alright, so we need to select that. Fill in the path. We're going to do this all over again. Much better. Much better. And then we're going to select this. No! Control ZZ. Delete that. No! Stop! Stop it! Delete this. Oh, wait. No, backspace. Right, backspace. Not delete. That's why I was having issues. I'm having shoes! Fill in the path. And then this one. Another log. Fill in the path. Beautiful. And then we can go to this one. And hardness needs to be in full scale. Just to get rid of these edges. Much better. Look at that. Yep, looking good. We now got to make this one. And essentially we do the exact same thing. More or less, what I really want to do is copy, copy, copy. We're actually going to go ahead and just create a new folder. Roof log. Boom. We're going to drag all three of these into the roof log folder. We're going to duplicate the roof log folder. And we're going to go ahead and hide, unlink this one. Almost.
Yeah, it's not gonna work like that. Dang it. That would have been very much appreciated, but no.
That will simply not do. Turn to page 264. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine where it's at. Can I? No. It has to be a different perspective, unfortunately. So we gotta delete this entire one. Top log. And I accidentally put it in full caps, and then I just created another layer group. Top log. Boom. Alright, we're gonna do another one. And we're essentially gonna do it from a little bit higher than here. Not too much higher. We want the height roughly the same. This one we do want a little bit flatter. We're going to click here and go over to this point. This one we do want a little bit flatter because of how perspectives work. Because if you take a string... all perspectives, essentially, all horizontal perspectives kind of lead to a singular point. So if these are heading up to... it's kind of hard to see. Let's go to the 50%. So this kind of going into this direction over here. Oh man, the perspectives are all off because of this big giant rock. I'm gonna have to fix that. We're gonna say that's due to a mountain, but these, they should be able to meet up to a point like right here. Go back to that 400%. Focus on that log. Boom. Boom. Too high. All right, perfect. Fill in the path. Boom. Another one. Log. Delete. Get it to the correct color. Fill in the path. Boom. Oh, hold on. That is wrong. All right. We need to get that a little bit better, like so. Fill in the path. Perfect. Fill in the path. Boom. Look at that. So much better than just copy and pasting it. So much better. Chef's kiss. Isn't it beautiful? It's a lot of focus and detail just for something that's so far away. All right, hide these two. Let's bring this layer back in. I'm going to lower that so that way I can condense all of this all at once. Okay. We're gonna add another log. We're gonna put it down here. No, not there. Here. Beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna rename it porch. Beautiful. Because what I want to make really fast is just this. Boom. That is very easily done. All we got to do is use our line tool. We're going to go... I need to hide this. That there. We're going to reveal it. And yeah, we'll do it about the same distance. About to here. Close that up right there. I have entered a game. Congratulations! More Kiku data. Who'd you play against? Or at least what tribe? What tribe you play against? Was that one game that you had shared with the Yadak? It was me as Imperius versus Yadak. Right! Where the Yadak surrendered despite having twice as many villages because you rushed out a giant, and they were like, oh, well, I guess that's it. That kills Yadak's perfect streak. The new highest win rate tribe is now Simanti. Well, actually, hold on. Let's switch to all tribes. We're now at 382. We've literally gone up by 2 whole games. The highest win rate is still Yadak. Let me take a look-see. Because, yeah, literally 2 games just got put in. Oops, we're going to fix that. There we go. Ooh, Liar Patchy just had a game input, too. Link is still there. I copied it from the dome. Yeah, I fixed the link. Everything else looks correct. X ELO gain, so that is a win for Yadak. But they're still considered the highest win rate. Try win percentages. It's cause currently they're at a 75% win rate, so they're no longer at the 100% that they were at. Well, how many games have they played? 12. So they were previously at like 80 something. Oh, I had bad games for Yadak. Yeah, but it actually increases Yadak's rate of expansion. And for Imperius, why is this cell? Interesting. But it also brings Imperius more in line as well, because again, that's just more game data. With Yadak's win rate going down, other tribes' win rate has gone up a little bit. Like Zabazi's now to 9 instead of an 8. Because it's all about the overall win percentage average. Yeah, Zabazi's at a 9.2, so Zabazi is about to be the next highest win rate tribe. But that's because it takes into 2 things into account. First off, how many games they actually won on percentage. But B, the amount of ELO they gain or lose. And so if a tribe gains a lot of ELO consistently, then that means that they're probably stronger despite having an average win ratio if they're constantly beating people of a higher ELO. And Luxador's ELO average is absolutely abysmal. Yeah, poor Luxador. Do they actually have wins? Oh, they have 2 wins? 3 wins? But yeah, it is quite a shame for them. Alrighty. Their sorter is worse than Vinegar, in my opinion. I would still say Luxador is better than Vinegar, just because they have the better economy. But it also depends on, like, map size and all that. Alright. Back to this. Alright, fill in the path. No! Backspace. And we're just going to fill in this path. Oops, Control Z. Look at that, much better. Well, of course they have a better economy than Venger, right? They start off literally with a better economy. Like, every tribe should have a better economy than Venger. Venger should have the worst economy. Their rate of expansion is probably also going to be worse. But overall, Venger should have a high aggression. However, the unfortunate thing is they don't have a lot of money to spend on military, so despite getting swordsmen, which are strong and scary, and can overwhelm a lot of tribes, Venger gets a swordsman, and then the other tribe goes, okay, cool, 3 riders, because I can afford it. So by definition, the other tribes, with the way that system's currently set up, the other tribes technically are more aggressive. Which means if that's the problem, what I may want to do is have it calculate aggression based off of how the average stars per turn and the average amount spent on units, and like compare the two. Because if a tribe like Venger is always spending all of their economy very much on a military, then they would be considered aggressive. But then other tribes like Omaji still would probably lead in that, because they spam out riders very quickly and overwhelm that way. At the end of the day, it really depends on what your definition of aggression is when it comes to Polytopia. Why are the colors mismatching? We literally grabbed the exact color. Like, I literally grabbed this color, and, like, that is way darker. Must have been on one of the dark pixels. I find the lack of trades being researched disturbing. I mean, trade is only good if you have other tier 3 tech, and usually by the time you get that other tier 3 tech, you're focusing a lot on battling on a lot of specific maps. Unless you're playing a large map where you're undisturbed, like continents, and then you just rush trade, and then you have an overwhelming economy, and then you have the best navy. Unless your opponent got a navy before you could get on the water, then you can't get on the water in the first place. Fair and balanced, as all things should be. Which one of these is actually the roof? This is the roof. We need to fix the roof. Alright, we're going to hide these 2 logs. Click. That is hilarious. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Fixed. Let us grab this color. Fill the path. Look at that, that's much better. Not that I ever research it either. I mean, you'll notice there are some games when I'm streaming and Justine, you'll say trade is needed. I'm like, that'd be great. Like, if I get the chance, because I've actually been picking up trade a lot more due to Justine's influence. Which has definitely led to an increase in my win ratio, because since I'm getting trade, that means I'm focusing on late game. But sometimes, just getting to that point where you can pick up trade is the tricky thing. Because not all tribes can equally grab and use trade as well. Alright, we need to grab this. I'm going to delete the old roof layer, because we don't need that anymore. Alright, we're going to hide this. So the next one we're going to go ahead and do is... boom. This one. Roof side. In fact, I think it's time for us to make a roof group. Beautiful. Alrighty. So next we need to add these, and that's actually just the logs are kind of shaved to the point where they're kind of at an angle, and it looks nice. Oh, that's the next thing we're gonna have to grab. Are these roof slant. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 of these total. How are we going to do this? So I'm going to put my hand here, which means it needs to go here. If I could do this all in one, that'd be great. Boom. All right. It's called cheating. Deal with it. we go. And it doesn't matter like where these go on this part. Like I could have this go all the way up here because it's going to be covered by the other logs. It's just I'm trying to get the spacing and all that correct between these. This should be pretty much equal spacing. A little bit smaller on this one. Right over here. Alrighty. So now, I'm going to make this one a tiny bit bigger. Which pushes this one just a little bit over. Which pushes these a little bit over. Little bit over. This is definitely about the halfway point here. Little bit over. Just a little bit more. Little bit. Alright, that should do it. So if we fill in the path. That did nothing. I need to view the Ragu house again. Need to grab this here color. There we go, much better. And then we fill in the path. Perfect. I love how adding one game in P-Tech will still affect the game significantly. Yep. Yeah, once we're at the point where each tribe has hundreds of games, then it will no longer affect it as much, and then we have pretty much all the data that we need. Yeah, if we can get a... I mean, it's not going to be equal representation, because you're going to have Kiku and Polaris and a couple of, like Cymancy absolutely be spamming on maps like Archipelago, where they do really, really well. Because people feel like they only have to play the best tribes on each certain map type. Which, yeah, fair enough. A lot of people, in order to have fun, I mean, they want to win. You actually managed to find an Omaji player? There you go. Because what I would also like to see is on the tribes played, every tribe has played against each other at least once. In theory, you know, that should be a thing, right? There should not be a single black space of not a single game has been played on that chart. But there's still quite a bit of empty black space because it's consistently the same matchups, which is understandable. All right. We're going to go ahead and hide that. But look at that. We have those slants. But now we essentially need to do the exact same thing. Roof. Shadow. With two S's, apparently. Which is fine. I need to grab that. Boom. Perfect. Alrighty. Time to grab the next bit. Not that one. Boom. We got to go from here down to here. And we actually want this bit a lot skinnier. In fact, I probably need to zoom in a little bit for this one. Just because I want it about half the size of these, because that'll make it look like it's slanted away from us. Oops. Wrong side. Needs to be on this side. Again, need this about half the size. No. That's going to be all 4. Close that. All right. So now what we got to do is fix this. That looks about right. I think that did it. So if I click away... Yep, we got it. Look at that. It looks like a properly shaded roof. Ragu style. Let's drink that water. Man, I'm spending way too long on this one house. Alrighty. We're going to be doing something similar for these colored slants here. I need to figure out how you base the land down. I keep erasing because I don't like it. I mean, the horizon's kind of always going to be like a horizon. We just go bop and then across and then down at an angle. If we look at a different one, like this one, just everything far away is going to be small, which requires more attention to detail. Same thing with this. I mean, a lot of people don't like the way I did this land. I mean, it was the first one I did, so you know, it's not going to be perfect. Notice there's no actual land in this one, but it's just stuff up close, bigger, stuff far away, smaller. And I actually start off with a doodle always, because it's a lot easier to make the changes you need with a doodle. And right now we're just working on this segment. I don't think I'm going to include an angry guy over here. I'm going to include tiny Polytopians off in the distance. I think it's supposed to be against Omaji, right? After stream, would you send me them just to base the polygons off of? I could try. I mean, they're just triangles. And all I'm doing, it's basically the same thing I do here, which is I'm just going to draw a whole bunch of triangles and hope it looks good. Maybe a little more. But, the biggest one, like, big triangles. Just big triangles. Don't go over the top like I did on this one with the color changes. Yeah. It's tricky. I mean, I'm going to be fighting that as well. Just look at my streams from a year ago when I was doing the other art. All right. Back to finishing up the building. So the next thing's actually going to be, boom, building walls. And I'm just going to grab this color really fast. I know you, I've known you longer than I thought. No way, it's been a year ago. I've been you've been around like since the very beginning of my Polytopia streams, Chilito, and it's been nearly 2 years. I mean, I've been doing live streaming for a lot longer, but you've been around for pretty much the whole time, and it's been about 2 years. It's amazing. Yeah, it's crazy how much time flies. All right, bring this back up. I'll keep it going, right? Just as long as you're having a good time. That's the most important part. I guess I could just have it follow this just to make it simple for me. Especially if I want to get this done as quickly as possible. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. Can actually go above on all these. It's gonna be fine there. Why can't I get this one directly straight up and down? Oh, 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 there you go. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. 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 This one is incorrectly spaced. I must fix this error. Beautiful. 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 Building walls. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. I have a simple solution for this. Perfect. Door. Time for us to include the door. See myself out. Boom, boom. 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 Goes this all the way. And we could actually go below the porch because... Boom. Beautiful. Hide this. Let's grab... this color. Boom. Fill in the path. Door. We're going to create a new layer. It's also going to be called door, because I love my original names. Boom. Zeke, how's it going? I am back from a band rehearsal and some piano room practice. Oh, amazing. How long have you been playing the piano for? Just made a path and there's some black and white line around it. How do I remove? I'd have to see what that black and white line is to know exactly which one you're talking about, unfortunately. I just saw the picture you sent in the general chat. Alright. So that takes care of this door. It's a really big window, by the way. DM'd a message. Oh, that is the selection. You just need to select something else or deselect it. What's the deselect key? There's a... Let's see. Like, if I do this... So, Control D. Nope. That is not Control D. Speaking of which, we need to save our progress. But all that is the outline of whatever you currently have selected. So what you can do is... One way you can get rid of it, which is really, really simple. Just click to select something else. What I like to do is I get this rectangular select and then just click to deselect it. There is a quick... There's a command for deselecting. Shift Control A. Right. So let's say I have this selected. If I do hold Shift Control and press A, it's gone. Same thing with the lasso tool. Boom. Shift Control A deselects it. We're gonna make a window. All right. So the window, I'm not gonna make it as big as it is on this one. I'm gonna make it a tiny bit smaller. So we're probably gonna do like this, straight down, and that's there. All right, we're gonna fill in the path again on the window, like so. And then we're gonna add a new one. We're gonna have to do a little bit more because the side of the window needs this color here, which we can easily do, and then the rest of that needs to be filled in accordingly. And I made a window basically the same size. That's hilarious. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is for this window, I think I need to delete that. In fact, what we're going to do is have the window go a lot further. Like so. And then we're going to grab the interior of that for the same shading. Fill in the path. Fill. Beautiful. And then one more for the window. This one's going to start about here. Oh, shoot. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I forgot to move it a little bit outside the window. Boom. Fill in the path. All right, now we'll create that window layer. It's going to be about here. About here. Out to there. Out to there. And if I hold Control on this line and click, whoops, Control Z, and click, we'll create this point, but then we need to hold... I forgot how to... Shift. Yeah, if I hold Shift Control and then click this, I can get rid of the curves and make it back to the straight lines that we prefer. Then with this, I just need to go a tiny bit to the outside. And then we use the same yellow as before for the interior. Beautiful, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Well, we're gonna click, click. I do need to erase this just a wee little bit. just need to delete a little bit. So now if we go to our selection tool... Dang it! Alright. We're just going to erase it manually by hand. And then same thing for this one. Boom. Just a little bit. That's too much. Much better. There we go. You now have a window. And with that, the only thing we're missing are the legs. This has been taking me far too long. But you can't rush art. The only thing I could do is plan on not overdoing it next time. So we need to create foot. Log foot needs to go below here. Fill in the path. Boom. And then one more for the log foot. Essentially to just have it probably about there. We don't see the rest because of the angle, but I'm assuming it'd be going to about there. So that's where I need it to go to. Fill in the path. Boom. Alrighty. Really, all that's left is the barrel. Okay, you just discarded everything? I mean, you don't have to. You could do Control Z to undo, but notice, like, I haven't even done the polygons in the ground yet. I'm trying to get everything kind of one at a time. And then we just focus on each bit. We go from very simple. No, I didn't do anything. That's fine. If you're okay with that, then that's fine. Do I want to include the barrel? That's a lot of extra stuff for the barrel. I think we're good without the barrel. I will consider adding the barrel on a different time. Alright. That is excellent progress, though. Next thing we're going to be doing... So that Ragu house is now completed. And then we're just going to put this inside the Ragu house. All the way at the... Boom. Beautiful. Ooh, actually... There we go. Out one. Regularly. Why does Genie have so many polar smears? It's because he's played a lot on Archipelago with them. Like, this mountain here is not going to be staying like this at all. I do need to make the appropriate changes. But, that is one step in the right direction. Last thing I need to do is... Well, I've got a lot more last things to do. I need to consider adding the Goonies, because they had a village over here. Man, I'm trying to remember that game. That game was such a long time ago. If I go through... The brilliant thing, though, is if I go through all of my replays, and we know it was well over a year ago. So, nope, older. At least older than that, because 218 is the last time I modified that. And it would be a Ragu versus Omaji. Sabazi, Condor, Urkaz. Semanti, Totally, Aquarion. Ragu versus Hudrik. Nope, that's not it. First stream of the year. That was a lot of Polars that day. Kiku versus Aquarion. Nope, that's not it. Oh, man. I did save the game, right? Ragu. Oh, it was on the 18th. Ragu versus Condor. Right, this one was an amazing game that we played to our wins. That would be sad if it's gone. That would be very sad if the game was gone. I bet you I didn't save it. I have a lot of saved games, but... games seem to go away after a year. Yeah, the game's gone. I'll have to pull it up from the live stream. That's a shame. Oh, we're now at 384 games. Another game's been added to PTech. What's the game that just got added? It was Justini added Luxador versus Omaji. Ooh. Who won? Elo gain was 2. Hey, but it was a win for Luxador. Luxador needed that. And that did nothing for them. For their win percentage, it definitely helped. It brought them to 41%. Against Omaji, I think it puts them at 50%. 1 win, 1 loss. I'm getting pretty close to having a game in every map setting. That's amazing. See, I want to do that. I've got a lot of other stuff to work on. But yeah, Luxador, their average ELO, it went up a tiny bit, but I think I'm just missing large lakes, large dry, huge lakes, and huge dry. Did that do anything to Omaji? Nope, their stats are still insane. Because I personally want to have at least one game of each tribe on small lakes, since I focus on small lakes. So that way each tribe has a game on small lakes. And for me, that also includes skins. Just because I also want each of the skins to have a proper representation. North Wobber is currently the least played. Do they have any? Yeah, they have 2. Interesting. If we turn off specific skins, tribe play count. Yeah, like, I'm sorry if I'm bringing it back up again. Tribe play count. Despite having nearly 400 games worth of data, there's so much empty space. All these cells that are black means that that matchup has not happened yet. There's been no Zabazimir match. There's been no Yadakmir match. Quetzali has like the least amount of representation of all the games because they have like 3, 3, and 3 against other popular tribes, and then not a single one against the least popular. I will finish those matchups. And they go for 200% completion for playing game with every tribe skin on every map condition too. It's not 200%. It's I would almost consider it 400% because then those tribe matchups also need to play against themselves as well. Like, look at that. So much empty space. So much empty space if you include it. But this, like, just filling this out would give us so much information. Because that would also mean that each tribe played against each other 4 times. Which, that's pretty good. So if we could at least get that, that would be amazing. Alright, back to the art. Alright. What the heck is this? Is that river? I think I tried to spell river here. Now I'm gonna have to go to my live stream that I did that other day. I need to mute this tab. Mute tab. There you go. Live, and we gotta go. Streamed a year ago. What day? I also want to play Power World again. I loved that game. That was a lot of fun. Let me get back to that. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Where are we at? Oh man. What day was it? Well, I could have it tell me what day. It just says streamed a year ago. That doesn't help me. This is the first ever Polytopia stream. So, how many weeks was it between then? I want to find it. Alrighty. So the first stream. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, okay. So first Polytopia stream. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be this one. The 7-hour stream. Oh, right, because then I immediately started the art. Okay. Oh, ruins! That's supposed to say ruins. That's what that says, is because we fought over a ruin there. Right, and there's supposed to be trees here, like a lot of trees. There's an Omaji village here. There's a village here. Welcome back. So I actually need to add a lot of trees. What do I want to do first? Work on these 2 villages, the one that's... No, we need to add the trees first. Luckily, the trees are simple because both Omaji and Kiku both have palm trees, which means I only need to do the one. I don't know what I was doing here. Alright, get rid of the doodles. Alright, because I need a lot of trees kind of along here. The trees need to be about yay in size. 800%. Okay, Ragu. Perfect. Ragu village. Hide that. In here, I need trees. And honestly, that needs to go on the map, right? Inside of the trees. Tree. Tree. We're just gonna put trunk. Trunk. Boom. So now if we go back to the Kiku page, and I need to find their trees. But how did I do it? How is he done? How you do it? Oh, lovely. Isn't it beautiful? That's gonna be a lot of fun. See, I kind of want to add a little bit of life to these trees and give them a slight curve. It's already going to be a lot. All right, so trunk. I'm going to go here. How wide do I want these? About that wide. Right. Well, the shorter ones could be straight up and down, right? We'll start with that. There we go. Boom. Finish that up. Okay, we now need to grab the trunk color. Bop. Fill in the path. Boom. Path has been filled. Doesn't seem like the right color. Fill in the path. Better. Trunk again. Grab this color. Fill in the path. Beautiful. So the thing about these trunks is they have these little bumps all over the place. You know what? We're actually going to just deselect it all and just redraw this all from scratch. Draw that to there. 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 And to there. Beautiful. Look at that. You're barely going to even be able to see this thing. So I'm not going to focus too much on making sure it looks perfect. Because no matter what, it won't be. But it's going to be so hard to see it any... Not a red. Wow, it is a red. Interesting. I didn't realize the stream would be this long. Thanks for... Yeah, no problem. You have a wonderful rest of your day, or I guess in your case, have a good night. I'm about to be heading out as well. We are gonna go ahead and do this. Fill in the path. And then we're going to delete a lot of these. Like, look at this. You're not even going to see it. So we're just going to do this as quickly as possible. Fill in this path. Boom. Grab this. Boom. Really? Then Fill in the pot. Boom. Now, I know I broke the rule that I say that you should always do and put everything on different layers. But, no, because I'm just going to duplicate this layer. And I'm going to move it up. It's like, look at that. We're literally moving it by the pixels. So when we reduce this to a much smaller size, look at that. You can barely tell. So it's good enough. Even if it's 30 till midnight and I have school tomorrow. Yeah, pretty much. I have work tomorrow. So good at this. I mean, yeah. Not perfect. I do appreciate the compliment, though. It boosts my ego. I don't need that, though. Leaves. We're gonna add a new leaves layer. How do I want to do this? Anyone should hire you. Like, seriously, the hardest impressive I like to reach this skill level. I do appreciate it. If I was to ask me, do you want to hire me, it probably would not be for the art. Maybe I should have it offset a little. Fill the path. So we're going to adjust this just a wee little bit. Boom. Fill the path. I mean, a lot of this is also inspired based off of Midgy1's art, so... Fill the path. Oop, wrong. Wrong! Create a new leaves layer. We're going to put it behind yet again. Oops. Let's go ahead and get another leaves layer here. Like this goes to here, and then this goes to... Add a new layer. Goes below everything yet again. Boom. Interesting. Okay. Fill in the path. Another layer. Even brighter. Fill the path. And then we're going to do one more here in the back. Leaves. Gosh darn it. I need to fix this just a little bit. We're going to lock all these together. That's better. Even though I literally moved it like a pixel. That's a tree. Just looking at Polytopia. Just looking at Polytopia at Maggie's. Yippee. Alrighty, so what I would probably want to do is make like 3 different variants of this tree in order for it to be the most interesting. Because what I can do at this point, because I'm actually satisfied with that tree. So we're going to merge all these layers together. I know that'll make some people scream, but... And then we're just going to rename it as tree. Because I'm no longer going to modify this one, but it will make it a lot easier for me to duplicate this layer. And then get it placed somewhere else. Like so. But also... I can... That's the wrong layer! But also... We can start placing it like over here. Control-Shift-D is duplicate. But I could do stuff like this. And then we can literally just copy and paste this tree.
Do you want a water refill?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
That art is sick, by the way. I appreciate that. I've been meaning to finish this for a long time. But, so with these trees, despite them already being so small, I'm gonna have to make them smaller. At least... Because these ones need to be smaller than these, which need to be smaller than these. And essentially, so I'm going to open up the doodles. Well, actually, what we're going to do is go back to the replay. The tree line needs... pencil. The tree line basically needs to go like here, here, and here. Like so. So it's just... like so. So we need trees there, there, and there. But then we also need the village back there. Anyways, we're going to record another P-Tech video. Be right back. Hey, best of luck. I'll be watching it in a little bit. Toby Fox music. Toby Wolf art. A lot of writers. Yeah, so that's essentially what we're going to be doing with our doodle. We're going to go ahead and delete that tree, in this tree. We're going to actually just delete these 2 layers. I really don't want to. Part of me wants to because I take pride in my art. But, the thing that would make this look the greatest would be to have, like, 2 other styles of trees. Just because, best example. So if we go back to the art, like, look at all these. This looks like I did an insane amount of work. I mean, I did. But, and they all look unique. But if you really study them closely, it's just 3 different variations that are repeated over and over and over again. So, like, this is the same here, which is also here and here. Because not only are they repeated, but then they're, like, flipped. You refuse not to stay the whole stream. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make it... Yeah, the best practice for the palm trees would be to have 3. One of them could be taller and then slightly curving over to the side, like the coconut trees and bamboo alder. What about Zabazi style trees? Not for this picture. They're similar. No, we're gonna be specifically doing it for Kiku, and you know what? Let's at least look at Omaji. Are their trees the same? Yeah, their trees are the same, but they also have the oases. Maybe I can include that. Can't complain about more Kiku. Yeah. Yeah, Omaji has the same trees. Literally the exact same trees. Alright. Let us switch back to this one. Alright. Let's stop putting the pro and procrastinate and get to another tree. Trunk. Boom. I do want it the same length. No matter what, I want it the same width. So we're just going to start off actually just tracing this one. But we're going to have this be about 50% taller, but I also want it curved off to the side. So we're going to go here, bump, and then to here, bump, and then to here, bump, and then to here, bump. I can use the same... no, the leaves need to be different. Then we're going to go here, straight up, boom, and over here, boom, and over here, boom, and over here, boom. Is that too much of a lean? I think it is. A little less. Because the cool thing about the tree leaning is if I flip it, then that's 2 different variations all of a sudden. Boom. And then close that off. Beautiful. I wonder if I should use the pencil tool for this. I wonder if that's the actual correct tool I should be using. Just for this next step. Nope. Paintbrush. That's what I should be using. Hardness, 51%? No. More. Yep. Alright, there we go. One, two, three. And now draw with this. Ah. One, two, three. One, two. A little bit further. That one, two, three. Not gonna lie, this is coming out a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting I was gonna have to do it the other way and go, no, no. That came out okay. Not bad. We will be using the polygons for the leaves, though. That I will do. Should I have it on the bigger spot? Yeah. That works. You did get Minecraft? Nice! I always end up playing Minecraft like once every year. That's just one of those things you always go back to. It will indeed stand the test of time. It's been around for longer than a decade. Actually, I need this to be a little bit longer. Oops, that's on the same layer as that, but that's okay. We're just gonna put that there. Boom. Fill in the path. Another layer. Java on Bedrock on too many devices. Java's, in my opinion, still the better one, though. It's just that most devices can't use Java, but Java is easily the most moddable. And you get to do all the cool stuff. I'm sure there's probably mods for Bedrock, but... Boom. Oops. Control Z. Much better. And then this one goes all the way up here. Yikes. Much better. And then last one. I want to leave. I kind of do. I want one more. I want one more. This one's going to be this brighter one. Fill the path. Beautiful. Because then it makes it also look like it's leaning forward a little bit just by adding that. Now we go back to the normal size. Boom. You could barely tell. Alrighty. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start merging all these layers that are just the trunks. Leaning tree. Boom. Control-Shift duplicate. Then we're also going to layer, transform, flip horizontally. Look at that. Just with that, we now have a leaning tree that I could put like right there tastefully. Look at that. Beautiful. Also, we need to save our progress. I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Transform, flip horizontally, and then I need to shift with the arrow key to bring it all the way over. If we delete this one, there we go. It could look something like that. And then what I really should do is make like one more variation of tree. And then by having that variation and then flipping them, we'd be able to have that same effect of suddenly these trees look like I've made so many. I'm thinking though, since they're so small, it's not really going to matter that much. So if we go to trees, and do we duplicate the layer? Boom. Trees, copy. First thing we're going to do is link all of these together, and we're going to affect the scale. Control Z. We do want to lock it, and percentage about like 98%. Scale. So the issue with scaling these down, like so, how bad is that going to look? It's going to be okay. But we're always going to have to duplicate these trees there in the front. Second thing, I want these behind here. You know what? Undo the scaling. We're not going to worry about the scaling. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swap the position of these like so. Something like that. And then I'm going to put all of these into the other tree layer. And then we're going to delete the group. I can't make any more good night. That's perfectly fine. Thanks for tuning in, Chilito. You have a wonderful night. And we're going to do it again. We're going to duplicate this layer. This entire layer, we're going to go ahead and lock into place. And we're going to try scaling it again. All right. duplicate this layer. Put y'all here, just so that way I know I have them all. Now, if I properly layer these in front and behind each other, I can get a lot more. Make this tree look taller by doing this. How about this one just kind of off right there? So much nicer. I think I need to condense them in a little bit. Much better. And then I'm gonna do this one more time. First, we're gonna save. Duplicate. And then we're going to scale this. Needs to be percent. And literally 50%. Scale. Bring this over there. Duplicate this layer. What I could do is actually put some of these taller ones here, kind of in the front, like so. Like so. Trees, trees, trees. Bop. So, that's the current progress. I mean, it's way better than we were at earlier. That. Yeah, and it's after 11 for me. There you go. So there's that line of trees. And it actually looks pretty good. Looks okay. I could probably add a couple of oases. I'm not gonna worry about it. The next thing I'd be doing is by looking at that doodles. Look at that. Perfect doodles. So we need a coastal village here. We need a large city here. I need a whole bunch of Omaji riders behind the line of trees with the Omaji guy there. I need my character facing this direction. Yep. So that, we're going to save one more time. And then we're going to go ahead and export as. Ragu leopard defense dot v2 export. Cool. So now if I go into the image gallery, Beautiful. And with that, and it's already updated. There you go. So that is going to go ahead and do it for this live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Can't wait for this one to be done. More Polytopia art. I need to tone down on the amount of details though, but they do come out nice when they are completed, I guess. They just take too long. And of course y'all can watch and join in every single step of the way. So for the last couple that are still here, thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you again next time.